Are we live? Are we live? Welcome to another rendition, another shenanigans of just my, I'm about to say the wrong podcast. Too early for this podcast. It's your host and moderator, the host with the most. I do not brag or boast, and I'm coming to you guys live from coast to coast. As always, I really do appreciate the people that rate, comment, subscribe, who hit the notification bell, and share this lovely content with your friends, family, and followers. Okay, the three F's. All right. So let's get into it. And this live stream is going to be, man, y'all been blessed this week. Uh, y'all got two live streams in 1 week. Your boy is blessing y'all with the content. I really do appreciate the people that come aboard and watch it live or watch the re-air of this. So I really do appreciate that. Once again, if you didn't get the memo, I do apologize. Unfortunately, I could not upload any live stream or videos last week because your boy was mad sick. I was going through some things. So I do apologize from that from the bottom of my heart. So let's just go ahead and get into it. Uh, Share this out, folks. The first thing we're going to talk about is Skip and Shannon. All right. Skip and Shannon. The feeling isn't mutual when you talk about uh, their friendship. Uh, And I have been documenting Skip and Shannon ever since they formed Undisputed. I started giving you guys my thoughts, opinions, and the news surrounding Skip and Shannon on this channel. Then I moved all that content to my sports opinion based channel, which is Just My Opinion Podcast. And go check that out, by the way. Rate, comment, subscribe to that podcast. I'm going to do a playlist on all of my Skip and Shannon topics from both channels, this channel as well as uh, Just My Opinion. I have done, tons of videos on this subject matter. And their friendship has, particularly for the past 2 years, has went from bad to worse. And if you haven't watched none of those videos, and I have documented and explained to you guys what's transpiring between these two individuals, I suggest go check them out. But you're in luck. I will try to do a quick rundown on what's been transpiring between Skip and Shannon. Now, this latest spat is over, and I forgot. Oh my god, I had the guy's name on the tip of my tongue. I do apologize. Uh, Darren, Hamilton, um, played for the Buffalo Bills. Been living on the rock, allow your boy to explain. He had cardiac arrest on the football field on the Monday night game, and I have watched a multitude of Monday night football games. I have never seen a game where someone is just laying on the field. And normally, when someone lays on the field, you get somebody from the medical staff on either side of the field, and they do their same thing on the field. And either the player walks off on the field with his own motion, or they just help him, or they sent him on a stretcher. This was the first time an ambulance came to the field to pick him up, and they had to resuscitate him. It was pain. It was painfully, and it was awful. And I wish you guys have him as well as his family thoughts and prayers. I've been checking out the 24-hour news cycle on this, and I was hoping and praying that he will, be back to normal. And maybe that was just foolish thinking on my part. And it's as of right now, no, other than him being alive, That's pretty much it. The news really hasn't changed in a good way since he's been in the hospital. But like I said, keep that young man's thoughts and prayers. Uh, I mean, this man needs all the prayers he can get, and keep his family and his thoughts and your thoughts and prayers. But Skip Bayless was tweeting during the whole game, all the way, even after this incident, and basically implied that even though his earlier tweets, he talked about how this is, you know, he never seen anything like that, just giving us an up to date update on what was transpiring in that Monday Night Football game. And then he tweeted something, and I perceived it as insensitive. He was more concerned about finishing the game than the individual. And that let Skip Bayless be in a lot of hot water with current and former NFL players, just professional players in every league has exercised their thoughts and opinions about Skip Bayless's tweet. Shannon Sharpe, tweeted something to that latest insensitive tweet from Skip Bayless, and Skip Bayless tried to clean it up somewhat by putting out another tweet, but the damage has already been done. So Tuesday morning, Shannon Sharpe was a no-show. They pretty much glossed over the fact over there at Undisputed was Skip Bayless. Why Shannon Sharpe was not at the Tuesday morning show. There were conflicting reports that Shannon Sharpe was not feeling Skip Bayless' sensitive tweet, and that was the final straw that broke the camel back. And a lot of people thought he was protesting the show. I mean, I heard a lot of strange things Tuesday, but when I did my video on my Just My Opinion podcast YouTube channel, I talked about how when Shannon Sharpe comes back, which will be the next day, I'm pretty sure he's going to explain why he uh, did not appear in Tuesday morning show. It wasn't no protest, yada yada yada. And today, Shannon Sharpe came back, which I knew he was going to come back. And he wanted a couple of minutes to himself to explain why he was absent on Tuesday morning show. He also wanted to explain about Skip Bayless's tweet and why he was not feeling that tweet. And immediately, Skip Bayless interrupted Shannon Sharpe before he could even say anything. I think Skip Bayless got a little thin skin, a little heated when Shannon Sharpe mentioned, "I wish you would have just took the tweet down." And then, if you've seen this show, Skip Bayless has an excuse for everything, and he was about to explain his excuse on why he kept the tweet up. And Shannon Sharpe just didn't get enough time to explain himself and explain his thoughts and opinion. He felt like he just did not want to be at that Tuesday morning show because he felt like they would have been talking more about Skip Bayless's tweet, which they would have. And Shannon Sharpe knows this. Instead of the young player who's in the hospital or the Monday night game, even though the Monday night game is not even that important. But they would have spent the whole show talking about Skip Bayless's tweet. And I don't blame Shannon Sharpe on that standpoint. Now, I will say this, and I have said this in numerous videos and live streams when I tell you guys what's going on over there at Undisputed. I feel like one of the reasons why I felt like Shannon Sharpe could have, I mean, I'm not saying that he's at fault at this, but it does explain how they don't do a lot of prep time. They don't do a lot of prep talk. They just basically just come in, do the show, do the show, and go on their separate ways. And I've told you guys in numerous live streams and videos. I felt like that's how it's pretty much set up with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharpe. And Skip Bayless even alluded to it, talking about, well, if you, because Shannon Sharpe made the comment about, we're always talking about topics you want to talk about, Skip. And Skip Bayless says, well, if you want to insert other topics, then maybe you should come to the pre-show or to the practice shows. And I've told you guys many moons ago, these guys, no, I don't care what Skip Bayless says or what Shannon Sharpe says. They may have chemistry on the set, but it just that's as far as it goes. It's not like the relationship Skip Bayless has with Stephen A. Smith when he did First Take and Cold Pizza. Well, First and 10 and Cold Pizza. It's not that relationship where Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith had a relationship on and off the set. And obviously, you can tell these two individuals do not have a relationship off the set. I'm not saying that it's important, but it does help with the production of their relationship. And when that, no matter how small you may think that is, when you take that portion out of it, it kind of fractures the relationship somewhat. Uh, I felt like maybe if they had uh, a relationship off the set, then maybe when Shannon Sharpe came in, then it would have been no surprise to Skip Bayless what he was going to talk about, because they had, they talked about it in the monologues of, before they went live. Therefore, Skip Bayless wouldn't felt like he was being attacked or he was being set up, because even Skip Bayless said this morning, well, you told us when you came in you wasn't going to talk about this, and now here we are talking about this. And then Shannon Sharpe made the comment of, well, you explained yourself because the bosses had issues with your tweet as well, which Skip Bayless came back and said, well, wait a minute, the bosses didn't have an issue with my tweet. They said that they wanted me to go into detail on why I said what, this, that, and the third, whatever, tomato on that part. But you can clearly tell that these two guys they don't even follow each other on social media. That's how weird I think that is. All right. So, uh, unfortunately, Shannon Sharpe was unable to go into why he was on hiatus Tuesday morning. But we got a general sense of why he was not going to appear on that show, and they just went on with the rest of their day with the show. But the damage has already been done. I feel like this relationship has been fractured 3 years ago. To make a long story real quick, I'm gonna run this down real quick to you guys. I really think the end was close to near with Skip and Shannon, is when Skip Bayless got his extension with Fox Sports 1. And it was like a huge bidding war for Skip Bayless, because the worldwide leader of sports, ESPN, was throwing everything on the table to recruit Skip Bayless back to ESPN. And they explained over there that they was going to utilize Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith to do a new show on ESPN Plus, which, by the way, that streaming service is awful. There's really no original content meant for ESPN Plus. I feel like they need to add shows from the ESPN package just to make ESPN Plus a benefit. I mean, if you have ESPN on your cable or satellite package, or if you watch snippets of ESPN on YouTube or on social media, there's really no need for you to subscribe to ESPN Plus. All right. So ESPN was trying to recruit Skip Bayless back, and they could have recruited Skip Bayless back, But Skip Bayless's wife loves the California lifestyle. She's not giving up that California lifestyle. She's not giving up her friends to relocate back to Bristol or back to New York. And I feel like that was the main sticking point on why they couldn't get Skip Bayless back. Now, if because ESPN said, look, you can still do Undisputed on Fox as long as we got you in an exclusive package for our ESPN Plus streaming service. So it was no problem for ESPN for Skip Bayless to continue to do his show Undisputed on Fox Sports 1. That was not the sticking point. It was location, and Ernestine just did not want to go back to Bristol or to even New York, and that was the huge sticking point. The money was not the issue. That was it. So Skip Bayless went back to Fox Sports 1, and we all know that Fox Sports 1 is have a different mindset and a different group of leaders. The people that pulled Skip Bayless away from ESPN are no longer there. And now they have this new team, and this new team is highly committed of Skip Bayless. I've said in numerous live streams and videos that Fox Sports 1 think of Skip Bayless very highly. And they feel like he's the figurehead for Fox Sports 1. It's Skip Bayless, then Colin Cowherd, and then everybody else is trying to fight for third and fourth. If you look at Fox Sports 1, if you look at their television package, the only two good shows they have is Undisputed, which is their song show, and the Herd. Now, the Carson show, that new leadership over there, they have high belief on this show. I told you guys in a video on my Just My Opinion podcast YouTube channel. I just don't think this show is going to last much longer. Speak for Yourself is they changed it to Speak. They got Joy Taylor over there with Acho. And I explained to you guys about the dynamic between Acho or maybe his brother, maybe taking over for Shannon Sharpe. I really do feel like, and also real fast, real quick, uh, Shannon Sharpe's contract ended over the summer. They're still in negotiations. There's still no word did even sign an extension. I feel like they're ironing out the money portion because Shannon Sharpe and his agent has already said on social media they want Shannon Sharpe to be making Stephen A. Smith money, Stephen A. Skip Bayless type money. And it seems like Fox Sports 1, they love to keep Shannon Sharpe, but they don't want to pay Shannon Sharpe the same type of money as a Skip Bayless. Now, Fox Sports 1 feel like they have a hit with Shannon Sharpe. I do feel like Shannon Sharpe in social media is a bigger brand. I feel like a lot of people like Shannon Sharpe on social media. However, your social media numbers does not translate as far as advertisement dollars when you're trying to advertise a show on satellite and cable. Just because you have a huge following on social media, that does not translate into, okay, well, we should just pay you handsomely and pay you like Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless, because you have this huge fan base on social media. And I explained it. A lot of people are not feeling what I said in that live stream and video on Just My Opinion podcast, the YouTube channel over there. But to each his own. So Shannon Sharpe is still trying to get that type of contract. Fox Sports 1 likes Shannon Sharpe, but they don't like Shannon Sharpe that much to give him that type of money. Also, Undisputed is Stephen A. Skip Bayless's baby. I know a lot of people feel like Skip Bayless is going to be canceled with these recent current events. Fox Sports 1 is not going to cancel Skip Bayless, and I'm going to explain to y'all guys real fast, real quick, why they're not going to cancel Skip Bayless or fire Skip Bayless, because Fox Sports 1 loves messy, controversial stuff. They allow their analysts to say whatever they want to say, or politics, whatever. Um, Fox Sports 1 loves messy, controversial stuff. And that's why Fox Sports 1 will never beat an ESPN. ESPN, when you look at ESPN, it's in more households than Fox Sports 1. I've said that to you guys constantly on numerous live streamed videos, even though you guys don't believe it, whatever. It's in more households than Fox Sports 1. It's in more areas than Fox Sports 1. All right. And I know Undisputed is a lot of people like Undisputed. I love Undisputed. I watch Undisputed more than First Take. But if you look at First Take numbers, they are getting phenomenal numbers rating wise, particularly with this new format with Stephen A. Smith. Now Stephen A. Smith just debate whoever. He has different people he debates during the week. And I feel like that's a better format than when they had Max Kellerman. Stephen A. Smith explained why he felt like Max Kellerman, that he was not going to go, he wasn't getting anywhere fast with Max Kellerman. And now Max Kellerman is on the morning show. He has his own show in the afternoon. Everything's cool with Max Kellerman. It's just Stephen A. Smith felt like the show was not going to grow and develop in the right way if they would have continued that same old format. And ever since they switched formats, Stephen A. Smith has not looked back. Matter of fact, Stephen A. Smith did an interview on a podcast, and I forgot the podcast. I do apologize. The I forgot the name of that podcast. I even forgot the NBA player that does that podcast. But basically, Stephen A. Smith said that, look, First Take is now his baby. He feels like that he made First Take for what it is today. Skip Bayless felt a certain kind of way when Stephen A. Smith said that, even though Stephen A. Smith apologized. But I remember that time when I remember when Stephen A. Smith was trying to just get in to fit in. I remember Stephen A. Smith when he was on the Best Damn Show, period. He was trying to get in and fit in over there. He was on Fox Radio, Fox Sports 1, Fox Sports Radio. He went to ESPN, did some segments with ESPN, and was in and out of ESPN's lineup. Tried to go back to Fox. He went back to Fox for the money. ESPN, didn't realize what they had. Skip Bayless was one of the people that influenced ESPN to give Stephen A. Smith a second chance. So they hired Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith was the first. Even though Skip Bayless had Woody Page as a debate partner, they would agree more times than not. And ever since he started debating with Stephen A. Smith, when it was First and 10, then First Take, they never looked back, and they had a great dynamic. These guys had historian type of debates, and a lot of people don't give Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless their flowers. They were the ones who create. I mean, even though debating has been in any type of category, news, sports, or whatever, they made it fashionable. Okay, now everybody is trying to copy and paste what Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless had, even Fox Sports 1. And Fox Sports 1, that's why they pulled Skip Bayless away from ESPN the first time around. They wanted to rekindle that magic over there at Fox Sports 1. Fox Sports 1 really didn't have any shows, anything to compete with ESPN until they got Colin Cowherd. Then they got Skip Bayless, and Skip Bayless brought Shannon Sharpe, And Fox Sports One has had hits here and there, but it's a very popular show. People love to hate Skip Bayless. People love Shannon Sharpe, but they're still not competition wise better than First Take, even though I like Undisputed more than First Take. All right. And I explain to you guys why. So here we are. And this partnership is not at the best frame of light. Uh, and I've said this in a video on Just My Opinion podcast. I really felt like the circle of trust has been broken because it just seems like Skip Bayless says, "I got mine, you get yours," meaning Skip Bayless got a second bite at the apple. Fox Sports One is paying Skip Bayless very well, and here Shannon Sharpe is trying to struggle to get Fox Sports One to get him equal or more money than Skip Bayless, which he's not going to get more money than Skip Bayless, so you can just get off that fantasy pipe dream. But uh, Shannon Sharpe feels like, and I've heard this from several other outlets, that Skip Bayless is really not fighting for Shannon Sharpe to get an extension, get the money he wants. And Skip Bayless explained it in an interview how when they asked him about his partner, Shannon Sharpe, and why the deal has not been done yet, Skip Bayless says, well, I just don't want to get into other people's money. I don't want to get into other people's situations. But Skip Bayless, if that's the same dude that got Stephen A. Smith back on ESPN because he really believed in Stephen A. Smith, their friends on and off the studio, and he was willing to move heaven and hell to get Stephen A. Smith. But when it comes to Shannon Sharpe, he's not even fighting with Shannon Sharpe to get him his money, and that's one of the many reasons why I feel like this dynamic. The bridge is over. It's done. I feel like Skip Bayless is already moving on to Plan B. Who's going to take over for Shannon Sharpe? And I feel like Fox Sports One will pay Shannon Sharpe, but not at the number Shannon Sharpe and his agent may want. And if he goes into free agency, he's going to be the most he's going to be the guy that everybody wants to pick up. ESPN will pay him whatever he wants for him to come to ESPN for two reasons. One, ESPN is trying to purge Fox Sports One's best talent back to the worldwide leader of sports because ESPN felt a certain kind of way when Fox Sports One did it to them when they had their struggle, their money woes, and they had to let go of people left and right. And basically, Fox Sports One purged a lot of an amazing talent from ESPN. Chris Broussard, Jason Whitlock. No matter what you think about Jason Whitlock has a name in sports entertainment. I may not like him personally, but he does have a name. Let's be fair about that. Colin Cowherd, Skip, Chris Carter. They purged a lot of their, talent to Fox Sports One, and now ESPN saying, "Hey, what's good for the goose is good for the gander," and we're going to try to purge some of your best talent. They already got Troy Aikman. Troy Aikman is doing Monday Night Football. Monday Night Football is finally old Monday Night Football. It's finally getting the ratings after a long drought, a long miserable drought with Monday Night Football. And I felt like one of the reasons why Monday Night Football was struggling because they wanted to make it exclusively for ESPN. They took it off of ABC and then they put it on ESPN. And I said when they did that, when they made that move, I felt like that was not a good move because believe it or not, there's a lot of households that don't have satellite and cable packages. All right, still to this day, a lot of households do not have satellite and cable packages. And now, since they now moved it back to ABC, they have not looked back since then. Troy been doing a phenomenal job over there. Uh, Everybody over there is Buck. All of them is doing a phenomenal job over there, and they got Monday Night Football back in prime time once again, my friend. So ESPN will love to get a Shannon Sharpe. And could you imagine if ESPN got Shannon Sharpe? They will have Shannon Sharpe on all of their primetime shows. Obviously, he will be on Monday Night Football to do a segment or two over there. He will be a debate partner on certain days for Stephen A. Smith over there at First Take. And who knows, he might just take over the whole even though they got Mad Dog, and Mad Dog is a controversial figure. Everyone loves to hate Mad Dog, and they ESPN feels like they found their Skip Bayless replacement with Mad Dog. Just imagine Shannon Sharpe in First Take. That will be electrifying on all levels. And of course, they're going to have Shannon Sharpe have his own show. Maybe Club Shay Shay will be on Disney. Disney Plus, ESPN Plus. That'll be some original content that's desperately seeking. Susan needs the attention it needs for ESPN Plus. Maybe more people will subscribe to it. But he will definitely get the money. He will be making the same money than Stephen A. Smith. And that will be more money than what Fox Sports 1 wants to do. And if ESPN has the opportunity to do that, then it would set Fox Sports 1 no choice but to match that offer. And they will have to match. If they match that offer, then they'll have two figureheads on Undisputed that's making the same type of money. And definitely, he'll have language in his contract where he gets final say on Undisputed or on his new show on Fox Sports 1. But this situation with him and Skip Bayless, I don't see this resolving anytime soon. Now, with time, a lot of time and opportunity to heal some wounds, some mental wounds. Sometimes Skip Bayless is a handful sometimes, and Skip Bayless dictates and runs that show, particularly the talking points. And another thing, I think this is more of Skip Bayless and less so of Shannon Sharpe, even though I feel like with Undisputed, it's getting kind of old sometimes because of the segments. Because even though I'm a huge Dallas Cowboy fan, I love the Dallas Cowboys, but I don't want to talk about the Dallas Cowboys every freaking single day. I like LeBron James. Nothing against LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers. But I don't want to talk about LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers every single day. Tom Brady in Tampa Bay every single day. It's just the same regurgitated, recycled comments, content every single day. I mean, I think these guys should talk about other things besides those three things. And I feel like that's one of the reasons why the show ratings have suffered, because you can't tell Monday's show from Wednesday's show, because the same topics they're talking about now, unfortunately, they're talking about this situation on Monday Night Football, Darvin Hamilton, that situation. But if that situation never arrived, they will still be talking about Los Angeles, LeBron James, Tom Brady, Tampa Bay, and the Dallas Cowboys. And that's old stuff. Okay, so I just wanted to let you guys know what's transpiring with them. Explain. I talked to you guys. I basically infused like 16 hours of content on this on Skip and Shannon Undisputed, my thoughts and opinions about it, and I condensed it down into 30 minutes. Well, 34 minutes. I did the best of my ability. Now, as far as the Buffalo Bill, Darvin Hamilton, and I butcher names on a constant, consistent basis. I'm going to continue to butcher. I think I butchered this name. I do apologize if I did. No new news as of right now. other than his condition has not changed. But keep that man's thoughts in your thoughts and prayers. Keep his family in your thoughts and prayers. Continue to pray for this guy. I some new news. He did have a GoFundMe for a charity Christmas event, and I think he set the goal at 2,500. uh I was watching NBC last night. That has went up to $5 million. And obviously this is going to go to his organization. But just a sad thing, sad current events. I feel like Skip Bayless should take the tweet down. I feel like that's the best thing to do instead of trying to explain why he tweeted that and then turn around and explain why he's keeping the tweet up. It's always about Skip Bayless, and it's not and it we done moved our focus from this terrible incident on Monday night, and now we done turned our interest into, well, why Skip Bayless said this, why Skip Bayless tweeted that. It shouldn't be about Skip Bayless and his tweets. And Skip Bayless is very opinionated, thin skinned, and hard headed to the core. And he's not going to let this go away, not in one stretch of the imagination. And we got 13 people in the building. I hope I got 13 likes. I really do appreciate that. I would like to wish that you guys that will comment, because when I wrap the show up, I like to read people's comments. But nevertheless, just continue to listen to this live stream if you still want to continue listening to it. Anyway, uh, this is an ugly situation, and I feel like the attention is particularly on Fox Sports One is more about Skip Bayless half-hearted apology and why he's keeping the tweet up. I'll be real with you. There are some hills you're just going to have to give up on. Okay. You just don't want to die on a certain hill, particularly in social media, in these social media streets. And Skip Bayless refused to take down that tweet because he feels like if he takes the tweet down, then in essence he was wrong. Even though he apologized, I feel like in his mindset he feel like he is not wrong, and that's why I always say that you know being first, your first reaction, being first with your first reaction or your first thought or your first opinion or being first for the first update can get you in these traps like this. Being first on anything. Sometimes it's best to be the turtle than the rabbit. A lot of people, a lot of people on YouTube, a lot of people on social media, content providers, they the first thing they think about is, I want to get this out first before anybody else. And when you got that type of mindset, sometimes you you know you don't think things through. You may think a comment is in bounds, but it's out of bounds. You may think that comment is not insensitive, but it is. And sometimes you get trapped in certain situations like this. And that's why when Skip Bayless, I was always on the defense on tweeting during live events, because people, when you're tweeting, you're telling people at that moment how you feel about a certain situation. And I'm not into that stuff. I rather slow and steady wins the race all the time. I rather be the last person, as far as content providers go, uploading content, sharing my thoughts and opinions, and telling you what's going on with that certain news topic, than to try to be the first. And I felt like Skip Bayless was trying to be the first on everything, and now he's got a little slippage, and he's released a tweet that was definitely insensitive. And I remember Herm Edwards would always say this, and I remember and recall Skip Bayless even exercising this opinion: don't hit send. And that's what Skip Bayless did. He hit send, wasn't even thinking that everything was in bounds when it was totally out of bounds. And you know, Jay Williams. Now, a couple of weeks ago, when Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharpe got into it, Jay Williams considered no, I'm sorry, Jalen Rose considered Skip Bayless a culture vulture. I was not going to go that far on the limb on that because being a culture vulture means that you're stealing from the culture or sports entertainment. I mean, like it or not, love it or hate it, Skip Bayless is a pioneer in sports media. If it wasn't for individuals like Skip Bayless that shares their thoughts and opinions instead of just giving you the news straight off the script, uh, we wouldn't have all these other people. We wouldn't have a Shannon Sharpe. All right. CBS Sports was not ready when Shannon Sharpe used to work for CBS Sports. CBS Sports was not ready for an individual like that gives you his honest opinions. All right. And they just couldn't figure out a way to handle it. Now, it also hurt Shannon Sharpe when those accusations of that female on the elevator did not help Shannon Sharpe. That's why Shannon Sharpe is no longer with CBS Sports. But that's one of many reasons why when he was let go by CBS Sports, no one else wanted to touch him. All right. Even though Dion helped him, uh, get signed over there on the NFL Network. Okay, so what I'm saying is Skip Bayless is a pioneer in sports media, and if Skip Bayless did not exist, a lot of people in sports media would not even have jobs to this day. All right. Skip Bayless also, and love it or hate it, like it or not, was one of the few people that didn't mind debating or having ex-athletes share their thoughts and opinions. All right. So we wouldn't have a bunch of Jalen Rose speaking their mind. We wouldn't have a lot of these guys. So I know 21 people in the building. All right. Please get me 21 likes, folks. All right. But anywho, um, yeah. So uh, we got to give him his flowers. I know Skip Bayless is a hated individual. I know a lot of people don't like Skip Bayless. All right, personally and professionally. But we still have to give him his flowers. He did do some great things in sports entertainment and in sports media. He sort of evolutionized sports media, and shown the world a Stephen A. Smith. Even though Stephen A. Smith has bounced around from Fox Sports to ESPN, people didn't know what they truly had in Stephen A. Smith until Shannon Sharpe. I mean, excuse me, Skip Bayless was one of those individuals that was telling the brain trust at ESPN, look, y'all don't know what y'all have in Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith is not no okie doke type of person. This guy's going to do extraordinary things. And at that time, I'm pretty sure they was laughing at him. But now, Stephen A. Smith and Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless are laughing all the way to the bank. Stephen A. Smith is that dude. He's that guy. ESPN they make packages around Stephen A. Smith. They respect and honor Stephen A. Smith. But it took a Skip Bayless to get those guys to believe in a Stephen A. Smith, because Stephen A. Smith at that particular time didn't have those doors open. He has those doors open. He not only has the doors open, he has the freaking keys. Okay, so yeah. Uh, but no matter what you feel about Skip Bayless, I don't think Skip Bayless is a culture vulture. I think he's part of the culture. All right. Um, and I feel like Shannon Sharpe, no matter I feel like there's more people that love Shannon Sharpe than hate Shannon Sharpe. Shannon Sharpe is going to get what he wants. He's going to make that type of money. Now, if you're that individual that can't stand another brother making that type of money, then you're just going to get over your feelings. He's going to command the room and get that money. If it means that he has to go to another network or still stay with Fox Sports 1 and create his own thing over there at Fox Sports 1. I think Fox Sports 1 will be a fool to not have Shannon Sharpe part of their future. I mean, their future is looking very bright. Okay, I'm not a huge Colin Cowherd fan, but I don't think Colin Cowherd can carry Fox Sports 1 all by himself. I don't think a Skip Bayless can carry a Fox Sports 1 by himself. But I feel like Colin Cowherd, Skip Bayless, Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharpe, that's the foundation. And then you got a Chris Broussard and the cast of others, Nick Wright, uh, that, that they can carry Fox Sports 1, and these guys can do extraordinary things over there at Fox Sports 1. Uh, but I don't think they'll ever see the day where they're going to topple ESPN. Now, I feel like one of these days, I'm going to pick up I'm going to look on the interwebs, and ESPN is going to buy Fox Sports 1. I'm going to see that sometime in the near future because ESPN don't make money; they print money. And ESPN, anything that's making or printing money, Disney owns it. Disney owns Marvel. Disney owns the Star Wars IP. Disney owns a lot of Century Fox, like the X-Men and all that crap over there. So yeah, I'm going to look on the interwebs and basically hear that uh, uh, Disney is going to own yet another entity like a Fox Sports 1. All right. 35 people in the building. You can't blame that, man. Woo! I hope 35 of you guys hit the like button, share it with your friends, family, as well as your followers. This is too early for this podcast, episode 14. Real fast, real quick, while I got y'all in here. If you want to hit the membership button, go right ahead. But I will change the membership prices as well as the responsibility of the membership badges. I will do a video on that or maybe a live stream on that sometime in the near future. But let's get back to the topics at hand. Um, yeah, this Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharpe thing is not going to go away anytime soon. I think that Skip Bayless, uh, and I think this is the one that's the rubber's going to meet the road. If you watch this morning show, they were in a heated the first 2 minutes of this live show. They were already at each other's throats. And I don't blame Shannon Sharpe with Skip Bayless. It just seems like Skip Bayless does not allow him to say anything of his own. But it is Skip Bayless's show. And if Shannon Sharpe wants control, if he wants respect, and if he wants the money that he wants to be making, he's going to have to, do it without um, the approval or support from a Skip Bayless, because obviously Skip Bayless is not helping him with it. Okay, it seems like Skip Bayless says, "I got mine, get yours. Figure out a way to get your money." All right, but I feel like uh, Shannon Sharpe is going to have to uh, get it anyway, how, and if it means that he has to set up a bidding war between Fox Sports 1 and ESPN, he's going to have to do it. But I feel like Fox Sports 1, and like I said earlier in this presentation, Fox Sports 1 thinks very highly of Shannon Sharpe, but they don't see Shannon Sharpe, they don't consider him that highly as far as him making the same type of money as a Stephen A. Smith or a Skip Bayless. They don't mind coming out of their pocket, spending a little bit more, but they're not going to take all their coins out their pocket to give to a Shannon Sharpe. And now let's transition in. If Shannon Sharpe leaves, who will be a replacement for Shannon Sharpe. And I feel like they already found that individual because I done a video on this on my Just My Opinion podcast. Go subscribe to that and check that out, by the way. And when I heard the inklings and the rumors of maybe Fox Sports One exploring a new host, a new debate partner for Skip Bayless, Acho from Speak for Myself, well, formerly known as Speak for Myself, now it's called Speak, is the top dog or the top priority of maybe replacing a Shannon Sharpe. Now, I've done that video and I said it would really come down to Acho, and if Acho didn't want to do it, then in Marcellus Wiley. And Marcellus Wiley did an interview and explained why he's no longer with Fox Sports One. He's no longer one of the hosts of Speak for Yourself. Now it's called Speak. Because in his opinion, he said that Fox Sports One wanted Speak for Yourself to tone it down some or dumb it down some, if you want to use his correct terminology, to dumb it down. They felt like two intellectual brothers were not going to make those that show ratings were going to go up because of the intellectual side of these two brothers. So they felt like in order to keep the viewership and keep people watching the show, hey, let's just dumb this down some. And that's when Marcellus Wallace says, you know what, I had enough. It's been real, it's been fun, but it hasn't been real fun. And he even said that he wants to be one of these guys that go on tour and talk about life and things of that nature, and possibly make a book. I think he's burnt out and done with sports entertainment, and he wants to try his thing on in other things. And I don't have nothing against that. But at that particular time, when I uploaded that video, I said those probably are going to be one of the two individuals that's going to take over for Shannon Sharpe, Acho or Marcellus Wiley. But Marcellus Wiley is not with Fox Sports One, and I don't see him going back to Fox Sports One anytime soon. Um, so it's obviously Acho. If Acho turns it down, it would not surprise me none if Fox Sports One tries to purge somebody over there at the worldwide leader of sports. Maybe a Max Kellerman when Max Kellerman contract is up. I don't think it's up anytime soon, but let's just say hypothetically it's up at the end of this month. Maybe they would kick the tires around, or maybe a Max Kellerman coming to Fox Sports One. And if it doesn't work out with them reuniting Shannon Sharpe with Skip Bayless, they will plug in Max Kellerman. Now, to me, I think this will be an unusual dynamic because Max Kellerman really thinks he's the smartest guy in the room when he's not. He's not the smartest guy in the room. I do feel like I don't think he'll be a better debate partner than having Shannon Sharpe. It'll be better if Shannon Sharpe and Skip Bayless. But if these two are no longer wanting to debate one another, or Fox Sports One does not want to give Shannon Sharpe his coins, then and Acho decides he turns the deal down, then maybe a Max Kellerman will be a good plan C or D. Uh, or maybe an athlete who was an athlete become an ex NFL or NBA athlete comes over, and maybe they'll try to strike lightning in the bottle twice, like they did with Shannon Sharpe, and get someone much younger, someone that's much younger, a little green around the neck, where Skip can finagle certain topics and finagle certain debate discussions, having somebody like that. Now, Tom Brady did sign uh, a broadcast deal with Fox Sports One when he's done playing football in the National Football League. I don't see Tom Brady in the booth or in a studio anytime soon. I really do feel like he's going to play football for the next couple of years. So that's going to delay that. But Fox Sports One already has that written in stone. So if Tom Brady decides and wake up one morning he's done playing football, he's going to be working for Fox Sports One. I don't see Tom Brady doing Undisputed. He'll probably just do NFL games, like primetime games for Fox Sports on that sort of scale, or and maybe do a show for Fox Sports One. But I don't see him going to Undisputed. I heard a lot. And the only reason I bring it up because I've heard a lot of people say that Tom Brady could be a debate partner against Skip Bayless. Now, I wouldn't go that far on the limb, but I will go as far as when he's done playing football, you may see him in certain segments on Undisputed, but I don't see him as a debate partner for Skip Bayless. And I feel like it's going to be one of those individuals, or they bring back Joy Taylor. I'm gonna be real with you guys. When Joy Taylor was first introduced at Undisputed, when Undisputed first started, I felt like everything was okay. But Joy Taylor got the type of she always wanted to be in the discussion, similar to like Molly Karam over there at First Take, and that kind of irritated not only Skip Bayless, but to a certain extent Shannon Sharpe. And Shannon Sharpe tried to get under this lady's skirt, but she wasn't feeling him that way, and both of them didn't want her, and she wound up on the Colin Cowherd show where she could speak her mind and build her brand. And now Joy Taylor has a radio show on the weekends. She's one of the co-hosts along with Acho doing Speak. I told you guys and I explained to you guys, ever since they changed the format, I don't see Speak lasting that long. I just think it's on its last legs, and they're going to cancel this show in the next couple of years. I'm not saying it's a 100% guarantee, but I don't think highly of Speak anymore, particularly what Marcellus Wiley said about it and what the executives won't Speak to be moving forward. And that's one of the reasons why Marcellus Wiley is no longer on Speak for Yourself. Now it's called Speak. 43 people, 61 people in the building. Please hit that like button. Share this with your friends, family, and followers. I really do appreciate that. But yeah, this is the perfect time to do these segments. All right. So yeah. So I think uh, Joy Taylor could be uh, someone that can do Undisputed, but I don't see the chemistry or the dynamic between her and Skip Bayless. And I just think there's some animosity between Skip Bayless and Joy Taylor. And, if they do that, obviously they're going to have some incentives in for Joy Taylor to want to do that. I think Joy Taylor wants to create her own brand, her own way. And she has came a long way since she was a moderator on Undisputed. All right. So, but that's a possibility. If I think Acho is their highest priority is to keep Shannon Sharpe, obviously, but you have to have an exit strategy. I think Acho will be pretty decent. I think his brother over there on ESPN, if somehow, some way they can get him and get him to pull him from ESPN to Fox Sports One, that will be pretty okay. Or they just get some current former athlete in the NFL or the National Basketball Association to be a host for a debate partner for Skip Bayless. Jay Williams, there's no way where they're going to pull Jay Williams from ESPN. I think he likes his situation right there. Ryan Hollis, that's another name. I don't think if they do get Ryan Hollis is not going to make a lot of money for Undisputed, and those numbers are going to be hitting differently if Ryan Hollis is the replacement for Shannon Sharpe. Now, Ryan Hollis does say some outrageous stuff, all right? But obviously Skip Bayless will win the majority of those debates. Um, even though he feels like he wins a lot of debates with Shannon Sharpe, there's been a lot of debates where Shannon Sharpe has handed Skip Bayless's ish a couple of times. But yeah. So I don't know. That's a possibility. Ryan Hollis, that could be a possibility. But they want to hit if their highest priority is to keep the Shannon Sharpe. But if Shannon Sharpe says, you know what, it's been real, it's been fun, but it hasn't been real fun, and even though the money ain't what I want it to be, or if the money is what he want to be, you know what, I want to do my own thing. I want to blaze my own trail. I want to do my own show. All right, and you know, and maybe he's had enough with Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless is that guy that you can only put up with him in moderation. I feel like the real reason why Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith worked so well when they was at ESPN was, uh, you know, uh, Stephen A. Smith will say some outrageous stuff on that show as well, and they're just two guys that think outside the box. And even though it's a debate show, they really there was a lot of shows where they really wasn't debating; they were just exercising their thoughts and their opinions. And sometimes, you know, Stephen A. Smith will say some outrageous stuff, like I forgot the guy's name, the running back for the Baltimore Ravens. I'm pretty sure somebody can just put it in the comment section when Ray Lewis, where he struck his wife. I think his name was Ray Lewis. He struck his wife. He ended up married, well, his girlfriend at the time. Then he wifed her up, and Stephen A. Smith said something outrageous to the effect where it insulted a lot of females. And then he had a then and I forgot the lady that did Sports Nation. I forgot her name. She's no longer with ESPN no more. She made a comment. The next thing you know, Stephen A. Smith was suspended. Now, the one thing about, and I know people are going to say, people are not going to agree with what I'm about to say. That's one of the reasons why as far as a network go, I feel like ESPN. Uh, I like how they run ESPN. They're not allowing the analysts to just totally say what they want to say. Even though Robert Griffin III has said some outlandish stuff that he had to turn around and immediately apologize. Okay, but I think if you look at ESPN, I feel like it's run a little bit better than Fox Sports One. Now over there at Fox Sports One, they kind of allow them to say whatever they want to say. 68 people in the building. I really do appreciate that. Could y'all please do your boy a favor, do your boy a solid, hit that like button. And if you got any comments, comment now or forever be silent. However you want to do it. But I'm about to end this in the next couple of minutes. I would love for someone to comment about what I talked about thus far. But that's I don't know. I'll be real with you guys. If you can't get Shannon Sharpe, there's really obviously not a quick replacement. Obviously, they would try people out for like a couple of months, and then whatever sticks, they're going to stay with it until it doesn't stick anymore. But I feel like clearly Acho will be uh, a good debate partner for Stephen A. Smith. I mean, Skip Bayless. And let me explain real fast, real quick. I feel like Acho, when like if him and Skip Bayless debate, Acho will come from the perspective on an intellectual level. I'm not saying Shannon Sharpe is not intellectual, but Shannon Sharpe wants to be more entertaining. He's more of the TikTok, Instagram crowd, the younger generation crowd, which he identifies to that social media generation. But to traditionalists, older viewers, some of the things Shannon Sharpe says that he gets from TikTok or whatever, it doesn't resonate with the older audience, but they still like Shannon Sharpe. I feel like Acho, it will, if he's debating Skip Bayless, it's not gonna. Acho is not gonna do a whole bunch of, zigs and zaggles and bells and whistles and what he saw on TikTok and apply it to his analogies. I think Acho will come at it on a scholar professor level. Now, will that translate into entertaining? I feel like a lot of the younger viewers will probably get a little bored, but they'll still deal with it because I'm gonna be honest with you. No matter if your viewership loves you or hates you, it doesn't matter as long as they come in and watch you or listen to you. No matter how much they feel emotionally about you, you could be the most hated individual or the most beloved individual. That doesn't matter. As long as you command a crowd and get people to listen to you, that's what's important. Okay, the viewership. It doesn't matter how they got there or what their feelings about you. So you're gonna always have that crowd, the Skip Bayless crowd, the ones that hate him or the ones that love him. It's similar to what Jason Whitlock, when I did a video, I said, and there was a lot of people in the comment section talking about, I hate Jason Whitlock because Jason Whitlock says this about blacks, he says this about athletes. But I always tell people, no matter how much you hate his views or how much you hate him as an individual, it those rules do not apply because you guys are still coming in and listening to him and watching him, and that's why he was collecting those fat ass checks over there at Fox and ESPN because of people that came in that literally hated Jason Whitlock as an individual and hated his viewpoints and his thoughts and his opinions. At the end of the day, you guys are still going to come in and watch. And that's similar to what Skip Bayless says. No matter what you feel about him, even with these tweets, you guys are still going to follow him on Twitter. You guys are still going to watch him on Undisputed, and that be that. Okay. But I feel like the younger crowd won't identify with him very quickly. And it's going to take a lot of practice. He's going to have to be a little bit entertaining, like Shannon Sharpe. He don't have to be on the same level as Shannon Sharpe, but he has to be entertaining at least uh, to feed that entertaining crowd if they want to continue to keep that crowd over there at Undisputed. And he may have to switch some things up. But on an intellectual level, I think that's his bread and butter. And I feel like he will win a lot of topics with Skip Bayless. Um, Now, will this apply of them losing in the rating war? Because it's really not a ratings war, even with Shannon Sharpe. If you're trying to compare Undisputed with First Take. Now, a lot of people are going to sit up there and say the reason why Undisputed is not doing the numbers and they have had low numbers is because of Skip Bayless, or it's because of Shannon Sharpe, or it's because of both of them. I explained to you guys, it's not. It has nothing to do with Skip Bayless. It has nothing to do with Shannon Sharpe. It has more to do with Fox Sports One is just not in a lot of households versus a ESPN. An ESPN is they're in more households around the world than Fox Sports One. Now, that can change if Disney buys Fox Sports One. But if Disney does that, they love to buy things that they know for a fact it's going to print money for them. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, Fox Sports One is not a network that's really printing money. Yeah, they have a few shows under their belt that are favorable to social media and to American just households in general. But it's not a lot at the end of the day. And yeah, Shannon Sharpe is great. He's phenomenal. He does excellent work. And Shannon Sharpe is extraordinary on social media, but none of that stuff applies at the end of the day when it comes to getting advertisers to advertise their products on your show. When they are, waiting in line to just promote their products on First Take, and there's no line over there at Undisputed, and they rather just stay in line just to get their products endorsed over there at First Take. That should tell somebody that that's where the views are. Okay, it's the nature of the beast. It's the law of the land. It doesn't matter how much you like them on social media, or how much you like them as individuals, or how much you hate them as individuals. None of those rules apply when it comes to that should equal to Undisputed a better show than First Take. And I remember a lot of people were saying that when First Take first got on air, their first show had better views than First Take. And at that time, First Take had Stephen A. Smith and Max Kellerman. And then people were talking about, oh man, after that first show, I don't know what First Take is going to do. Oh my God, Stephen A. Smith may have to get a career change. He's going to have to take a pay cut, this, that, and the third. Everybody remember that 6-7 years ago? Is anybody having those same conversations now? Okay, now, and I told you guys when I did a review on that show and the first week rating wise on this YouTube channel, I told you guys that don't get all hyped up on what people are telling you and what people are saying on YouTube and on social media. It's a foregone conclusion that Undisputed is the First Take killer. And here we are. I think they've been on air for 7 years, and they haven't even dominated rating wise when you compare them to First Take. And First Take has had numerous struggles. All right. The Max Kellerman debacle, I didn't think that was a perfect fit for Stephen A. Smith. You had Molly Karam. People were getting fed up with Molly Karam. Uh, it just wasn't a good show, but the ratings always stayed true and they were always there. And I know a lot of people like the Dreamers Pro podcast. He feels that Undisputed is a better show than First Take. And like I said earlier, I watch more Undisputed than First Take, but I still watch First Take, and First Take is still a better show than Undisputed. Okay, but my opinion is I feel like Undisputed is a better show than First Take. But if you look at the ratings, it don't translate to what you believe in. All right, 106 people in the building. I really do appreciate that. Dreamers Pro said that it's a foregone conclusion. Undisputed was the First Take killer. I remember Carcino for Life doing a live stream saying that, Undisputed is a better show than First Take. And when I came out with that video and showed you guys that they're not going to be able to keep this up because they're not in a lot of households like ESPN. People laughed and scoffed about it. 6 years later, you know, I've been proven right about that. So, yeah. Uh, well, that's all I got. I really do appreciate everyone. If I can get 100 people in here before I end this live stream, I really do appreciate. I really do appreciate everyone that done came by, that listened to this from beginning to end. Rate, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, share this with your friends, family, and followers. I will do I'm supposed to be changing the membership prices, and I'm going to explain in detail what each membership is going to be for the foreseeable future. We'll talk about that. Oh, 100! I really do appreciate 100 people in here. I love every last one of you guys. I really do appreciate that. Um, and the next time I do a live stream on Too Early for This podcast, we're gonna be back on our regular grind on YouTube and social media personalities. But yeah, this had to garner some attention with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharpe. You know, once again, my friend, if you haven't watched the live show over there at Undisputed, uh, Shannon Sharpe came back from his 1 day hiatus and was explaining why he took that day off and trying to explain why he's in a disagreement with Skip, but it's a tweet and basically wanted Skip to take the tweet down. And before he could say anything else, Skip Bayless immediately jumped on that situation like a pack of wild, deranged, mad dogs. And he just stopped and said, never mind, let's just go ahead and start the show. I know a lot of people are already saying on social media, Skip Bayless disrespected Shannon Sharpe. But I explained in the live stream, I felt like if Skip Bayless knew going in where Shannon Sharpe was going to go to, I don't think he would have interrupted him. And it kind of, that incident kind of crystallized what I've been saying about these two individuals on numerous videos and live streams on Just My Opinion podcast, which, by the way, go subscribe to that and support that channel. I explained to you guys that these guys are, they got great chemistry when the cameras are rolling, but when the cameras are off, they do their own thing. Skip Bayless comes in, talk and has a meeting with the production team and what they're going to say on today's show. And there's no sight nor sound of Shannon Sharpe. Shannon Sharpe comes in much, much later, doesn't even know what the topics are until the show is live. I'm pretty sure he may have 5 or 10 minutes of preparation, topic wise, knowing what the topics are going to be, but it's a little bit too late. That's when y'all supposed to be having meetings on who's going to say what. And I feel like that's why they have a lot of these incidents where they're arguing on live TV, because one doesn't know what the other one is doing or what one is going to say. And I explained to you guys, that's why Skip Bayless' relationship with Stephen A. Smith is a better relationship than Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharpe, because Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith liked each other on and off the studio. Okay, they followed one another. They done production meetings with one another, and they prepared with one another because they knew what one hand was going to do with the other hand. All right, so 116 people, I really do appreciate that. But I explained earlier in this live stream how the dynamic between Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharpe is not on this. It's not concurrent like uh, Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless. And I explained to you guys that's why I feel like the damage is done. Maybe Shannon Sharpe gets what he wants. Him and his agent wants Shannon Sharpe to be making that Stephen A. Smith's Skip Bayless type money. And as far as them utilizing ESPN in a bidding war with Fox Sports 1, ultimately that's going to get done. Who's going to give him that money? I don't know, but it's a 50-50 situation here. I mean, Fox Sports 1 can easily give it to him, or ESPN can easily give it to him. All right. But I don't, the odds are even keel. It shouldn't be even keel. I think Fox Sports 1 they should have already gave him this money when his contract expired over the summer. Now they're still in talks. They're still in negotiation. They're trying to iron out some more, the contract itself and the money. All right. But yeah, that's what's going on over there. I talked to you guys in a multitude of live streams and videos on Just My Opinion podcast, my YouTube channel over there. I'm gonna do a playlist from what I've said on this channel, as well as just my opinion, so you can just listen to the whole entire playlist if you want. That's your choosing. But yeah, I wanted to talk about that. What happened this morning, and hopefully cooler heads are going to prevail, and you know, uh, they can move past this. I just think if I was Skip Bayless, I would have deleted the tweet instead of apologizing and making excuses for it. Just remove the tweet. This, there's a lot of hills to die on. This is not one of those hills that you want to die on. All right. So I really do appreciate everyone that done came in. It's your boy, the host with the most. So do not brag or boast. And I'm coming to you guys live from coast to coast. It's your boy. I'm Chris Don One. Share this live stream with your friends, family, and followers. Hit the notification bell. And I will see you guys on the next edition of Too Early for This podcast. It's your host and moderator. I'm Chris Don One. I will see you guys when I see you. Deuces.